Before you buy a Chevrolet Silverado, there is something most people won't tell you. This truck can be one of the best decisions you ever make, or one of the most expensive mistakes of your life, because on paper, it looks perfect. Powerful engines, strong reputation, great towing capacity, and a name that has been trusted in the United States for decades. But the real story is more complex. Some owners swear by it. They say it's reliable, strong, and built to last. Others complain about issues, costs, and things they didn't expect. So the question is simple. Is the Chevrolet Silverado truly reliable, or is it overrated? To answer that, we need to break everything down. Let's start with what really matters: the engine options. The Silverado offers a wide range of engines, especially in recent years. From older models to the newest ones, you'll find V6 engines, powerful V8 options, turbocharged 4-cylinders, and even diesel engines like the Duramax. The 5.3 LV8 is one of the most popular choices. It's known for being strong, relatively reliable, and capable of handling both daily driving and heavy work. Then there's the 6.2 LV8. This one is more aggressive. More horsepower, more torque, and significantly faster acceleration for a truck. But it also consumes more fuel. Now, if you're looking for efficiency, newer Silverado models introduced a 2.7 L turbocharged engine. This engine delivers decent power while improving fuel economy. And then there's the 3.0 L Duramax diesel engine. This is one of the most interesting options. It offers excellent torque and impressive fuel efficiency for a full-size truck. In real-world conditions, depending on the engine and configuration, the Silverado can average between 17 to 24 miles per gallon. Diesel versions can go even higher on the highway. Now let's talk about driving experience. The Silverado is a large truck, but it's surprisingly comfortable for daily use. Steering is light enough for city driving, and the suspension absorbs most road imperfections. However, compared to some competitors, ride quality can feel slightly stiff depending on the trim and suspension setup. Now, comfort is something Chevrolet has improved a lot over the years. Older Silverado models, especially before 2014, were more basic inside. You had cloth seats, simple dashboards, and limited technology. But they were durable, built for work. From 2014 to around 2018, things started to change. Interior quality improved, materials became better. Infotainment systems were introduced. You started seeing touchscreen displays, Bluetooth connectivity, and backup cameras. Then from 2019 and up, especially 2022 to 2026 models, the Silverado became much more modern. Larger screens, digital instrument clusters, premium leather seats, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and advanced driver assistance systems. Higher trims like High Country and LTZ feel almost like luxury vehicles. Now let's talk about technology evolution, because this is very important. If you buy an older Silverado, let's say from 2010 to 2015, you're getting simplicity. Manual controls, fewer electronics, easier maintenance, but less comfort and fewer features. From 2016 to 2018, technology becomes more present, but still not overwhelming. Good balance between simplicity and modern features. From 2019 and newer, especially after the refresh in 2022, the Silverado becomes a tech-focused truck. Features like adaptive cruise control, lane assist, automatic emergency braking, and even semi-autonomous driving systems are available. This makes a huge difference in daily driving, especially on long trips. Now let's talk about interior space. The Silverado offers multiple cab configurations: regular cab, double cab, and crew cab. Crew cab models are the most spacious. Plenty of legroom, comfortable seating, and ideal for families. Rear seats in newer models are especially comfortable with good support for long drives. Now let's talk about materials. Base trims are more work-oriented. Cloth seats, durable plastics, easy to clean. Higher trims offer leather seats, soft touch materials, wood accents, and premium finishes. Now let's talk about practicality. This is where the Silverado really shines. Large bed options, strong payload capacity, and multiple configurations make it extremely versatile. You can use it for work, travel, or daily driving. Now let's talk about towing, even though we'll go deeper in part 2. Depending on the engine, the Silverado can tow over 13,000 pounds. That's more than enough for trailers, boats, and heavy equipment. Now let's talk about fuel type. Most Silverado models run on gasoline, but diesel options are available and becoming more popular. There are no hybrid versions widely available in this lineup yet, especially compared to some competitors. Now let's talk about pricing in the United States. Older Silverado models can be found for under $15,000 depending on condition. Mid-range used models often sit between $20,000 and $40,000. Brand new models in 2025 and 2026 can easily range from $45,000 to over $70,000 depending on trim. High-end trims can go even higher. Now let's talk about who this truck is for. This is not just a work truck anymore. It's for contractors, families, travelers, and even people who just like the truck lifestyle. But at the same time, it might not be ideal for someone who wants a small, fuel-efficient vehicle for city use. Now let's talk about something important: the history of the Silverado. This truck has been a key part of Chevrolet's lineup since it replaced the older CK series in the late 1990s. Over the years, it became one of the best-selling trucks in the United States. Its reputation was built on durability, power, and versatility. And that reputation still plays a huge role today. But here's the thing: a strong reputation doesn't always mean perfection. Because in the next part, we're going deeper. Real-world performance, towing under pressure, long-term durability, maintenance costs, common problems, and what owners actually experience after years of use. And this is where the real truth starts to show. Now, this is where things get serious because owning a Chevrolet Silverado is very different from just looking at specs or test drives. The real experience starts when you actually use the truck the way it was designed to be used. Let's talk about towing and real-world performance, because this is one of the biggest reasons people buy a Silverado. Depending on the engine and configuration, towing capacity can exceed 13,000 pounds. That's more than enough for trailers, boats, campers, and heavy equipment. But numbers don't tell the full story. How the truck behaves under load is what really matters. The 5.3 LV8 handles moderate towing very well. It's balanced, reliable, and strong enough for most users. The 6.2 LV8, on the other hand, feels much more powerful. It pulls heavy loads with less effort and delivers smoother acceleration under stress. Then there's the 3.0 L Duramax diesel. This is where things get interesting. Diesel engines produce more torque at lower RPMs. That means better pulling power and more efficiency when towing long distances. For people who tow frequently, this engine can be a game changer. Now let's talk about transmission. Most modern Silverado models use a 10-speed automatic transmission. This helps improve fuel efficiency and keeps the engine in the optimal power range. Shifting is generally smooth, but some owners report occasional rough shifts in certain conditions. Now let's talk about suspension and ride quality under load. When the truck is empty, some versions feel a bit stiff. This is normal for a truck designed to carry weight. But once you add cargo or a trailer, the ride becomes more stable and balanced. Now let's talk about daily usability. Driving a full-size truck in the city can be challenging. Parking, tight streets, and fuel consumption are things to consider. However, newer models come with helpful features. Cameras, parking sensors, and even 360-degree views make maneuvering easier. Now let's talk about safety. The Silverado has improved a lot in this area over the years. Modern models include advanced driver assistance systems, forward collision alert, automatic emergency braking, lane departure warning, and blind spot monitoring. These features make a big difference, especially on highways. Crash test ratings are generally strong, especially in newer models. Now let's talk about reliability, because this is where opinions start to split. Some Silverado owners report years of trouble-free use. Others experience issues that can be frustrating. Common problems vary depending on the model year. Older models are simpler but may have wear and tear issues. Newer models are more advanced but sometimes introduce new types of problems. Let's talk about some known concerns. Transmission issues have been reported in certain model years. Some drivers mention hard shifting or hesitation. There are also reports of electrical glitches in newer models. Infotainment system bugs, sensor issues, or warning lights appearing unexpectedly. Most of these are not catastrophic, but they can be annoying. Now let's talk about maintenance costs. Compared to luxury vehicles, maintenance is generally reasonable. Oil changes, brakes, and basic services are standard. However, larger trucks naturally cost more to maintain than small cars. Tires are bigger and more expensive. Fuel costs are higher, especially with V8 engines. Now let's talk about diesel maintenance. The Duramax engine is efficient, but diesel maintenance can be more expensive. Things like DEF fluid, filters, and specific repairs can add up. But for many users, the fuel savings and torque make it worth it. Now let's talk about insurance. Insurance costs for a Silverado vary depending on location, driver profile, and model year. In general, it's moderate for a full-size truck. Not the cheapest, but not extremely expensive either. Now let's talk about real owner experiences. Many owners love the Silverado for its versatility. They use it for work during the week and family trips on the weekend. It's one of those vehicles that can do almost everything. But there are also complaints. Fuel economy is one of the biggest ones. Even with newer engines, it's still a large truck. And large trucks consume more fuel. Now let's talk about long-term durability. This is where Silverado has built its reputation. Many trucks go well over 150,000 miles with proper maintenance. Older models are especially known for durability. Fewer electronics, simpler systems, easier to repair. Newer models are more complex. More technology means more potential points of failure, but also more comfort and convenience. Now let's talk about competitors. The Silverado competes directly with trucks like the Ford F-150 and Ram 1500. Each has its strengths. The F-150 often leads in innovation and engine variety. The Ram 1500 is known for comfort and interior quality. The Silverado sits in the middle. Strong, reliable, practical, but not always the best in every category. Now here's the key point. The Silverado is not perfect. No truck is. But it does many things very well. And for many people, that's exactly what they need. But the final question still remains. Is it actually worth it? And more importantly, is it worth it for you? Because in the next part, we're going to answer that. We'll break down who should buy it, which model years are the best, what to avoid, and whether this truck truly lives up to its reputation. That's where the final decision happens. Now we reach the most important part of this entire video. Because after everything we've covered, there's only one question left. Is the Chevrolet Silverado actually worth it in 2026? The answer is not just yes or no. It depends on who you are and what you expect from a truck. Let's start with the strengths. The Silverado is one of the most versatile trucks on the market. It can handle heavy work, long road trips, and daily driving. Few vehicles can do all three this well. The engine options are a major advantage. From efficient turbo engines to powerful V8 South and torque-heavy diesel options. You can choose exactly what fits your needs. That flexibility is something many competitors struggle to match. Now let's talk about comfort. Newer Silverado models, especially from 2022 and up, offer a much more refined interior. The cabin feels modern, spacious, and well-equipped. Higher trims even compete with luxury vehicles. That's a big step forward compared to older generations. Now let's talk about durability. This is where Silverado built its reputation. Many older models are still on the road today with high mileage. That says a lot about long-term reliability. Now let's talk about practicality. Large bed sizes, strong towing capacity, and multiple configurations make it extremely useful. Whether for work or lifestyle, it adapts well. Now let's talk about weaknesses. Fuel economy is still a concern. Even with improvements, it's not a fuel-efficient vehicle compared to smaller cars. Parking and maneuverability can also be challenging. This is a large truck. It requires space and attention, especially in urban environments. Now let's talk about technology. While newer models are advanced, older models lack modern features. This creates a gap depending on the year you choose. So choosing the right model year is critical. Now let's talk about the best years to buy. If you want modern features and better comfort, look at 2022 to 2026 models. These include updated interiors and improved technology. If you want something more affordable and simple, 2014 to 2018 models are a solid choice. They offer a good balance between price and features. Older models before 2014 can still be great work trucks, but expect fewer features and more basic interiors. Now let's talk about new versus used. Buying new gives you the latest technology, warranty, and peace of mind. But it also comes with a higher price. Buying used can save you a lot of money, but you need to check maintenance history carefully. Now let's talk about ownership mindset. This is important. If you buy a Silverado expecting a luxury sedan experience, you may be disappointed. But if you understand that it's a truck first, everything makes more sense. Now here comes the final recommendation. Yes, the Chevrolet Silverado is absolutely worth it, but only for the right type of person. If you need a strong, capable, and versatile truck, this is a great choice. If you tow, haul, or work with your vehicle, it delivers exactly what you need. If you want a mix of utility and comfort, especially in newer models, it also fits well. But if your focus is fuel efficiency, compact size, or city driving, this may not be the best option. In the end, the Silverado is not overrated. But it is also not perfect. It's a tool, a lifestyle vehicle, and for many people, a long-term companion. And if you choose the right version for your needs, it can be one of the best decisions you ever make.